Good morning, everybody. This is Dave TV here on Big Dave here on DCRTV.com. It's August 23, 2012. I've noticed 94.7 here has got their HD signals back up, and they've got HFS back on the HD2, which is cool. That signal out of Baltimore on 97.5. So that is cool. But I've also noticed some of the other HD signals missing from the Washington radio dial. JFK 106.7 usually has a bunch of out-of-market sports talkers on their HD 2, 3, and 4, whatever. And they've been gone. So I've been able to hear their, when you do the HD digital sideband radio crap, it puts this hash on either side of your signal. So if you're on 106.7, you can't hear 106.5 or 106.9. Okay. And there's cool stations on 106.5 and 106.9 here in the Washington area. You can get 106.5 WWMX Mix 106.5 out of Baltimore. And you can also hear the Eagle 106.9 Classic Rock out of Hagerstown with Phil and Ariana. Phil and Ariana, check them out. Now that 106.7's HD signal's gone, at least temporarily, check out 106.9 The Eagle for the Morning Brew with Phil and Ariana. I'm telling you, they're pretty cool. So says a little birdie too. Do check them out. It's a really cool morning show. They're on 106.9 out of Hagerstown, but it has a pretty good signal if you're in Western Fairfax, Northern Loudoun, Western Montgomery, and up there in wherever. But check them out. And hey, if you're a DC radio suit, give them a listen. I'm telling you, they might be perfect for some, morning slot here in the Washington area. Go to DCRTV.com and click on the YouTube little clicky thing there on their ad in the right column, where they talk about Fred Willard, Sexy Dictators, and Soul Glow. And then you can also check out a whole bunch of other things that their morning guy Phil Briggs there has on his YouTube page. Lots of cool stuff there. I do check them out. They got some cool stuff, and I think they're destined for bigger things. Like maybe they could. I don't know. Maybe 107.3. Maybe 94.7. I don't know. We'll see. Interesting, we've got a cool classic WMAL documentary that one of our friends here at DCRTV has produced. It sounds really cool. I haven't watched it yet, but I will one of these days. Andy Ockershausen, Dave Sproul, Mark Weaver, and Chris Core. It's at Vimeo.com. You can check that out right here on DCRTV. Go to the DCRTV front page and look for the links to that. Okay, let's see. HFS, right? HFS 97.5. I'll tell you something. HFS 99.1. Is it going to come back someday? I don't know. We've been looking at the ratings for WNEW on 99.1, and I've got to say, as I've said before, it's a cool station. I like it. I think they do a nice job with the all news format. I like the people on it. It has a nice flow now. I like Lisa Baden and Chaz Henry and all those other folks. But I'm just saying, the signal's not so great. It's not a killer signal inside the Beltway here in Washington, and the ratings just haven't gotten any traction. 8 months in, still struggling. I don't know. CBS could get double the ratings on 99.1, double their ratings on 99.1. They're 27th place now. They could at least get up to the 18th or 19th by putting HFS back on that signal, alt rock. I'm telling you, and they would be spending, 1/100th less on the station, because you don't have to staff up a station so much like that. You can do a lot of voice tracking and stuff. This is the Washington Post today. I don't know. One of the things that I find that this paper is becoming more and more mediocre. It's like they don't have news in a timely fashion. This is Lisa DeMaray's column today about how they're going to be moving Nightline from 11:35 to 12:35, moving Jimmy Kimmel up to compete with Letterman and Leno there at 11:35. Okay, this news came out Tuesday. And this is Thursday's paper. Okay, everybody's read the story already. Okay, unless you're an old lady who doesn't have the internet and is still getting your stupid Washington Post in the print edition, this is not news to anybody. And the fact that the Washington Post would wait 2 days to put this in, I guess because they had too many big pictures in yesterday's style section. This should have been in Wednesday's paper, okay? The fact that it's in Thursday's paper just screams mediocrity, mediocrity. This paper is a mediocre paper. And the other funny thing about why this paper is such a mediocre paper, here's Paul Farhi back again today. They just had parade of mediocrity from Paul Farhi. You know, here's a guy who just mistake after mistake, and they just keep bringing him back. Whatever. And then the other sad thing about the Washington Post style section is the celebrity column is actually better than the damn Art Singer or what's her faces. You know, when you have a when your main celebrity, when your main gossip column gals go on vacation for a month, you know, and what do? When you work for the Post, you get a month's worth of vacation, right? Take the whole month of August off. Hey, you know, hardworking Washington Posties there. And then they put this other column in Celebritology, which is actually better. It's better written. It's just a better column. And it's, you know, it's shorter, to the point. It's not all fluffed out like that stupid reliable source column is. You know, I tell you, you know, they can save a lot of money getting rid of Farhi, and they can get rid of the two reliable source gals, and the Post could save quite a lot of money, and they'd actually be probably upping the quality of the paper. And they should get Lisa DeMirais to pen her stories in a more timely fashion. I think she did pen it on the web. There was a story about Nightline and all that moving on the web the same day, a Tuesday. Why they waited to Thursday to get it in the paper, I don't know.
HD2 Baltimore, carried by W248AO.
W248AO at 97.5 in Baltimore. I like it. HFS. Bring those HFS calls back to Washington, huh? Ay. So anyhow, that's that. So anyhow, that's our big show for today. What are we doing here? I'm totally disorganized. 6:50. Oh, interesting thing here. The Citizens for Responsibility Ethics in Washington has filed a petition denying the license renewals of Channel 5, Channel 20, and Channel 24 here in the Washington area. Why? Because their stations are owned by Fox, and because Fox's parent, Rupert Murdoch, was involved in that British phone hacking and bribery scandal that plagued his parent News Corporation company. Okay, you know, I think that's wonderful. I can't remember the last time the FCC has turned down a license renewal for a TV station in the recent. I just can't, you know, they don't do that. I guarantee you 100% the FCC will renew Channel 5, 20, and 24's license. And it doesn't matter what Rupert Murdoch did. The FCC, you know, it's just a rubber stamp thing. Hey, you file a bunch of paperwork, and the FCC has no teeth. No teeth whatsoever. Yeah, so there. Got also news of a cool new book. Gary, I'm not going to even try to pronounce his last name. Gary Drybell. Gary D, I'm going to call him, okay? LBD, we have Gary D. Gary D, he's a D.C. native. He's penned a bio of Joan Gans Cooney, the creator of Sesame Street, and he's got interviews with Willard Scott. Why Willard Scott? Because Willard Scott worked with Jim Henson back at Channel 4 back in the late 50s, early 60s, something like that. Jim Henson, of course, went on to do the Muppets. And, of course, the Muppets were a big piece of Sesame Street. So we got some cool interviews there. Now, that book is not out yet. It will be out soon. It's called Big Bird's Mom, Joan Gans Cooney, creator of Sesame Street. It's due out later this year. And we will let you know how to get your little mitts on a copy of it, okay? All right, folks. Thanks for watching Dave TV for today. Don't forget, it's our 15th anniversary coming up in September. Please send us some dough. Send us put all your money in a bag and put it out there by my front door. Thanks for watching Dave TV for today. Live long and prosper.